Welcome to PA Wealth and Investment Services Group. I am CA Sukhman and today in this video I will talk about key highlights of Hindustan Foods Limited. To understand about its business, its further growth aspects and management outlook, you must watch this video till end. Hindustan Foods Limited offers a wide variety of products through its flexible business models suitable for any customer size, producing multiple product categories across its 11 manufacturing facilities spread across India. Over the years, Hindustan Foods also transformed into a scalable, profitable, and the most diversified contract manufacturer, catering to various huge brands. Let's quickly go into the key events from the history of Hindustan Foods Limited. So the company was established in 1988 as a joint venture between Glaxo India Limited and Dempo Group. It was set up in Goa as a facility for manufacturing Farex. In 2013, the Vanity Case Group bought a controlling stake in Hindustan Foods Limited. Vanity Case was already an established contract manufacturer of FMCG products for over 2 decades, then headed by Mr. Sameer Kothari. Then in 2013-14, it entered into supply and manufacturing agreement with Dan One and PepsiCo to manufacture food products from their Goa facility. Then in 2016, it raised capital through promoters and non-promoters of the company, including Sixth Sense Ventures Group. Then in financial year 2017, it took over Hindustan Unilever's leather shoes manufacturing business and Ponds Exports Limited in Puducherry. In addition, during this year, it successfully added new brands like US Polo, Steve Madden, Hush Puppies and Arrow. In 2017-18, it started the manufacture and supply agreement with the Reckitt for their brand Mortein for 7 years. Key highlight from FY 2019 has been its acquisition of more than 40% stake in ATC Beverages Private Limited, engaged in the business of manufacture and distribution of soft drinks, juices, energy drinks and other beverages. It also commenced production at the Camputor plant for blending and packaging tea, coffee and soups. Let's look into the executive board members of Hindustan Foods Limited. Firstly, Mr. Srinivas Dempo is the chairman of Hindustan Foods. He's a third generation entrepreneur and chairman of Goa's leading business house Dempo, which is into diversified industries such as petroleum coke, shipbuilding, food processing and many others. Then Mr. Sameer R. Kothari, who is the managing director of the company. He is also the managing director and promoter of Vanity Case Group that acquired the majority stake of Hindustan Foods in the year 2013. Then Mr. Ganesh D. Argekar. He is the executive director of the company. He also heads the supply chain of Vanity Case Group and Hindustan Foods Limited. He has 23 years of overall work experience, during which he has held various managerial positions. Then Mr. Nikhil K. Vora is the non-executive director at Hindustan Foods Limited. He is also the founder and CEO of Sixth Sense Ventures, that is India's first domestic consumer-centric venture fund. He has vast experience in financial markets and the consumer domain. Now some important facts from the shareholding pattern of Hindustan Foods Limited. Promoters holding is the highest, that is 63%, which is a good ratio. And the key promoters include Vanity Case India Private Limited that holds 42.37% of the shares of the company. Then Mr. Srinivas Dempo and Mr. Sameer R. Kothari that holds 8.95%. Then the mutual fund holdings in the company has been negligible. Let's look into the revenue classification of Hindustan Foods Limited. Hindustan Foods Limited, since it has been acquired by Vanity Case Group in 2013, Hindustan Foods has been diversified across various FMCG categories with manufacturing competences in food and non-food, extending to personal care, home care, food and beverages, leather shoes and accessories. Hindustan Foods also enjoys a meritorious range of both domestic and international marquee clients, including Hindustan Unilever, Reckitt, Danone, Bata, Imami, Himalaya, Godrej, Nykaa, Bombay Shaving Company, ITC, Marico, Zydus Wellness, Wipro, Arvind Fashions, Amazon, among many others. Now look into the segment-wise revenue contribution. From the manufacture of food, beverages and tobacco products, it is the highest revenue contribution, that is 55%. Then 32% of the revenue is contributed by manufacture of products like jewelry, musical instruments, medical instruments. Then 9% of the revenue contribution is from chemical and chemical products, pharmaceuticals, medicine and chemical. And lastly, 4% is contributed by textile, leather and other apparel products. Now let's know about few interesting facts about the FMCG contract manufacturing industry. It has been popular from last few years. The benefits it comes along with plays an instrumental part in its rising popularity. It has not only allowed FMCG companies to focus on their core business activities but also facilitated outsourcing of manufacturing and distribution. Now, why is there need for outsourcing of FMCG products? Contract manufacturing is aiding FMCG players by avoiding the hassles involved in setting up of facilities, controlling costs, meeting regulatory requirements, and also ensuring faster time to market through a strong supply and distribution network. There is huge scope for exports of FMCG. The global FMCG market is currently valued at $750 billion. Out of this, US market alone has a significant share of $120 billion, while India has a very small share of the manufacturing pie. Foreign FMCG companies are anticipated to increasingly seek and contract manufacturing from India, considering its favorable conditions, also with easing out of regulatory norms, cost, and quality benefits, amongst others. There is a huge contract manufacturing opportunity in India. Why? There are two major reasons. In India, a growing number of organized manufacturers are adopting the best industry practices. Out of these include maintaining the facilities at par with the international standards by complying with best certifications. Secondly, resource availability. Various commodities are native to the Indian region, thereby making it easy to procure raw materials. This, along with large pool of labor, brings down the overall manufacturing cost. Thirdly, there is also ease out of the faster turnaround time post GST and e-way bill implementation. One of the key operational factors for Hindustan Foods is its cost of raw material, which fluctuates with the change in different commodities used in its manufacturing process. This is the trend of cost of raw material of the company as a percentage of its total turnover. As we can see, in last 3 years, 2019, 20 and 21, its cost of raw material as a percentage of turnover has increased. Then the capital expenditure of the company. The company is continuously spending on its capex. Its capex increased from INR rupees 10.9 crores in 2016 to 375 crores in the year 2021. The heavy increase in capex is mainly on the back of mergers and setting up of new units and facilities by the company in past few years. Here is the graphical presentation of its capex over the years from 2016 to 2021. The company is also undertaking capital expenditure of rupees 150 crores to set up a home and personal care product like bath soaps and detergent bars facility in Hyderabad, and to set up a food and beverages manufacturing facility for a leading FMCG brand in northern India under its subsidiary HFL Consumer Products Private Limited. Moreover, the company expects these projects to be completed by Q4 of financial year 22. Now let's look quickly into the financial performance of Hindustan Foods over last 10 years. Hindustan Foods net sales has shown a robust and regular growth over the years. Its net sales grew at a CAGR of 80% over last 10 fiscal years. Also, the company's PAT has shown a considerable growth and grew at a CAGR of 89% over last 10 years. On the other hand, companies both PBIT and PAT margin have shown some volatile growth over the years. However, the ROE was 0 till FY 2016. It reached to 17.8% in the year 2021. On the other hand, ROCE of the company remains at 15 to 18% range in the last 4 fiscal years. This robust growth in revenue of the company is backed by inorganic as well as organic growth. The revenue grew at a CAGR of 80% from 2011 to 2021. It is driven by business acquisitions and addition of new capacities and clients. It had a negative free cash flow. The company's cash flow from operations turned negative to INR 18 million during first half of FY 21 on account of working capital outflow and higher interest expense. Its free cash flow remained negative at rupees 356 million during first half of financial year 2021, and the same shall continue in FY 21 and FY 22 as well on account of the ongoing capital expenditure. Hindustan Food Limited's financial flexibility is highly strong. It has the ability to tie up long-term tenure loans ranging from 8 to 11.5 years with repayments backed by firm contracts. It also received an equity infusion of rupees 15 crores and rupees 100 crores from promoters and institutional investors during financial year 2019 and 2020 respectively. Now the most important part, that is the management outlook for the growth of the company. Management has stated that its goal is to reach rupees 4,000 crores of revenue in next 3 to 4 years. It has also said that the underlying opportunity in FMCG contract manufacturing is huge, and Hindustan Food Limited has scratched the surface in terms of categories like pet food, confectioneries, savories, color cosmetics, deodorants, etc. Management also added that the company wants to add more products that will add value to the company. Additionally, Hindustan Foods Limited has also started looking at adjunct sectors and are excited by the health and wellness sector, which is more value added as compared to FMCG. Moreover, on a basis of the above, the management is confident on achieving its immediate rupees 2,000 crores of revenue in financial year 22. Also, Hindustan Foods Limited vision of 2025 is to double the revenue in next 3 years by exploring both organic as well as inorganic opportunities. To sum up the growth opportunities for Hindustan Foods Limited, we can say that it is an established contract manufacturing player having strong client base. The Make in India drive in India is a good growth opportunity for the company. The company has a robust business model that is divided into 3 categories: dedicated business model, shared manufacturing, and private label manufacturing model. There is increasing brand consciousness. There is a shift in global sourcing. There is increase in e-commerce and digitalization in India. Also, India has availability of great skilled labor. But the key concern for the company is the loss of its key customers and market share when there is a huge competition in the market. With increasing competition, a contract manufacturer always has a risk of losing its contract to a more competitive party. Also, there are certain operational risks attached, like timely contract renewals are very crucial to the company like Hindustan Foods Limited. That's all for today. You can read its detailed stock research on our blog. The link is given in the description box. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and comment on this video. Also subscribe our channel for latest updates. This is CA Sukhman signing off. Take care and keep investing.